Hi everyone, and welcome to the Say As It Is with Pete podcast series. I'm Pete, your host, and each week I will bring you some frank and honest conversations covering various topics from learning and development, apprenticeships, funding, HR, strengths, recruitment, ESG, well-being, ED&I, employability, and much, much more. So let's get this week's episode underway and say as it is.
Everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Say As It Is with Pete, as we have some frank, honest conversations about different topics. And this week's episode is going to be slightly different because the next two episodes are going to be around 2P for both the employer and the employee. So that'll be a broken down. So it's a little bit of a sneaky peeky. There'll be a two-part episode. So watch out for that one. But this week, I'm going to be a bit different. I'm going to go off the cuff on this one. I'm going to be talking about an app. Yes, an app. But I just want to state for the record, I am not being paid in any way, shape or form. I get no commission, no recognition, nothing for this. So this is an app that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, and I'm going to be talking about it and providing my insights on this app and how I think it is amazing, great, and how it should be used and how you should be using it if you don't already have it. But just to make a note for the record, I am not being paid or receiving any form of commission or anything like that to promote this app. So let me get that out of the way first. So what am I talking about? Well, I want to talk about an app called what3words. And now I don't know whether you've heard about it. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, maybe you've kind of thought, oh, yeah, I heard something, or it pops up on my social media every now and again. Well, guys, why are you not using it? So I want to give you a bit of an insight into what what3words is, where it came from, what it does, and then also explain how it's used. Now, I'm also going to play about a 1 minute 30-second audio from a 999 call to show you how it can be quite useful as well during like a medical emergency, and how you could use it in a medical emergency. But there are so many ways to use this app. Now, I use this app day to day in my work and personal life, and I use it all the time for different things. I use it to put places where I've visited for work. I use it mainly for the hotels that I visit, so I remember the exact location they are because there is one in Edinburgh. Oh, there's one Ibis in Edinburgh I could never find for love nor money. So using what3words has helped me save that location. So when I go back visiting, I can find it with ease. So I'm not confused and lost anymore. So yes, it works perfectly. So it helps me a lot. So I have different lists for different things, where I've got different favourites of locations saved. And you're probably thinking, yeah, but Pete, Google Maps does that. You know, Google Maps, you can save a location in Google Maps as a favourite, and that's where it is. Yeah, you can. But then I'm going to put a spin on it. So have you ever been to an event, a picnic, been out in the park in the middle of summer, your friends are going to come and join you, or you're down by the river and you're having a few drinks and your friends are like, where are you? Oh, I'm by the river in Richmond. Where in Richmond? Where in the river? It's a bloody long river, right? Oh, I'm by the Slug and Lettuce. Your friends are going over Richmond Bridge and they see the Slug and Lettuce and they're like, oh my God, where are they? It's manic down there. And in the summer, if you know in the summer, it's chaotic, right? And you know, you're trying to look for your friends, and your friends are trying to look for you. Well, that's all great and fun, but what3words can make it a lot more simple. I'll explain later why. So let me give you a bit of insight into this app. So this what3words is a geocoding system for the communication of locations with a resolution of 3 meters. So what I mean by that is that the Initiative app assigns a unique combination of 3 words for each 3 meter by 3 meter square for the world. Yep, it divides up the world by 3 by 3. So making it easier to share the precise location using simple words instead of complex latitude and longitude combinations. Who can remember those numbers, man? It's crazy, right? So I'm going to provide you with some key insights and some facts about what3words. So the inception and purpose. So back in July 2013, the app was launched by a guy called Chris Seldadek, or Seldoric, Jack Wally Cohen, and Moen Gainslangham. I may have said that wrong. So the idea was born out of Chris's personal frustration with the imprecision of street addresses, especially in locations where addresses are non-existent or not accurate enough for specific needs such as event planning, deliveries, and reaching emergency responses. So he sat there with these guys, and in the back of a garage, I believe, in his garage, I believe it was created, and out there came this wonderful app, which I love, and I'm hooked on it. So how does it work? Well, the world is divided into approximately 57 trillion squares, which are 3 by 3. So each square is assigned a unique fixed 3-word address. So these words are selected from a dictionary of 40,000 words in the app's English version. So the app supports multiple languages as well, adapting to various alphabets and scripts, which is really helpful, right? So the application and use cases. So what3words is used for a variety of applications, including emergency services, navigation, logistics, e-commerce as well. It simplifies locations in sharing in remote areas as well. It improves delivery efficiency in places with poor addressing systems. So if you live in the middle of a field, or you live in the middle of the country and nobody can find you on that country road, well, this is going to help. And it enhances safety by allowing precise location sharing in emergencies. Now, on that note, I'm going to share with you a 999 call. Now, this has been taken from the what3words YouTube channel and can be found on there, and it's called Eliza's Story, Help 999, How Exactly, Where, with what3words. So I'm going to play that. It's about a minute and 20-30 seconds long, so I'm going to play it and then I'm going to come back and carry on. So let's get listening to that.
Ambulance service, what's the full address of the emergency, please?
I can't breathe, sorry.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't breathe.
When people dial 999, they dial to get help, and often it's the most stressful time in their lives.
I need to know the address. Is anybody there with you?
My daughter, who's 7.
Does she know the address? Is she able to say it to me?
No.
Every second on that call counts.
Okay, I'm going to send you a link, okay, so if you could open it when it comes through to your phone and let me know what the 3 words say there, okay?
Please figure. Audio. Got it.
I've located you, okay, and you're struggling with your breathing.
I'm asthmatic.
So times like that, it's helpful if they can't find a street sign to have something like what3words on their phone.
And what's your name?
Isla.
We're arranging some help for your mum, okay?
They're behind us.
Who's behind you?
The ambulance.
They're going to help mum now, but you've done really, really well, Isla.
Okay, so welcome back. So hopefully you listened to that, and well, you would have listened to it because it's part of the podcast. But as you saw, the girl there was suffering from an asthma attack. She couldn't breathe properly, and she needed a precise location because she's on a busy motorway. The emergency services, as you heard from the emergency service operator, was able to send her a link to her phone. She's able to click it and find the exact location to where she was, which then got the emergency services to her quickly and saved her life. So as you can see, just from that one example, it worked. Now, there are many other examples on their Instagram channel and the YouTube channel where you can go and have a look, and it's used a lot in the States. It's used a lot around the world, especially here in the UK now, where people are cotton onto it, especially the emergency services like the fire brigade say if you're in a road traffic accident and you don't know where you are and you're stuck somewhere, you can get the precise location and tell the operator those 3 key words, and they will be able to locate you and get the emergency services to you straight away. That's the same as if you're in an area you don't know, you're broken down somewhere, you can tell them exactly where you are, they will be able to find you. So it's good it's actually used in that process. It's also used for people at events. So sometimes if there's a food truck or a beer truck, for example, and they are offering delivery to your location via what3words, so you can order with them at the event, tell them your what3words location, and someone will bring your food or drink to your exact location. Fantastic, right? That's what you need. And it's the same as if you're at an event or you're in a park with your friends and they need to find you. You can use what3words to pinpoint your exact location and say, guys, I'm here, meet me here, this is where I am, instead of saying, oh, I'm by this woman wearing a red shirt, and then she disappears and you're like, okay, well, that woman's no longer there anymore, how am I going to identify where I am? Oh, there's a group of people playing frisbee, and if you come through the gate you'll see me. Well, your mate's calling you like, I came through the gate. Which gate did you come through? The west gate. No, you should come through the east gate. Where are you then? Which station did you come out of? Oh, I came out of this one. No, you should come out of that one. Oh, it's frustrating, right? We've all been there. But using what3words, you can send them your precise location. They can open it up, put those 3 words in, and it will direct them, even if they don't have phone signal, don't have internet, doesn't matter. It uses a GPS or the compass app within the settings to locate you. So even if there's no mobile phone signal, you put those words in, you can use compass mode, and you can use the compass to find them as well. Easy peasy. But it's also used in mountain rescue as well, because a lot of people have been rescued through mountain rescues, both here in the UK and in the US and worldwide, for giving those what3words location and the emergency services finding them quickly to rescue them. Because as we know, time is precious, right? So the global reach and localization of this app, how has it done this? So the app supports over 40 languages, creating a global audience. Localization efforts ensure that the world combinations are easy to pronounce and remember in the respective languages. So even what they've done, which is really, really good, so you cannot go on this app and try and put in some rude words, because they've removed offensive words so that it doesn't give inappropriate addresses, and it avoids any people trying to be a bit rude in that address. So they've reduced those, they've taken out the offensive words, so no openings up and trying to put those offensive words in. People, I know what you're like, we all do it when we learn something new. We go and put those words in and see what it comes up with. You cannot do it. And no, I haven't tried it, so there we are, I've been a good boy. But yeah, it takes out those offensive words, so there's no offense to anybody's languages, which is perfect, and in 40 languages is bloody good. So it's fantastic. Now, the integration and partnership, so this app is free, you don't pay for it, it's free online and it's free. So I've got it on my Mac right now and I can see all my locations which I've saved, and it's free. It doesn't cost you absolutely anything whatsoever, which is absolutely fantastic. So if you go into your Google Play Store or your Android store and you type in what3words, it'll come up and you can download it nice and easily. And I think as well, with the feature it has of being able to access your location without an internet connection, is fantastic, so that helps as well. So what3words has been integrated into various services and products as well. So from navigation systems in cars, so like Mercedes-Benz use it within their GPS for their vehicles, to travel guides. So there's lots of people that put their what3words address in so you can find them easier, and also delivery services. So as I said, some delivery services like Yodel, Hermes, DPD, UPS, they use them as well. But also, did you know that Domino's Pizza use it as well? So yes, Domino's actually you can put your precise location in for Domino's. So if you're in the middle of a field and you're thinking, do you know what, or the middle of Hyde Park, I keep saying a field, but if you're in the middle of you're in the middle of a field in Hyde Park and you think, oh my god, I want a Domino's, you could order a Domino's and you give them your what3words and they will find you. They will navigate to that point to find you. Crazy, right? Maybe give it a go, who knows. Yeah, Weird, but interesting. But also, it's great because it has those integrations, and it's great for deliveries as well. So if you've got a really hard to find address, or you have got a precise location where you want a package left in a safe spot, you can give those what 3 words and they will locate it and put it there. So it also partners with NGOs and emergency services worldwide to improve location accuracy in critical situations. So like national disasters, obviously that we've had like earthquakes in say Taiwan and in New York or New Jersey recently. So if there is a mass disaster or anything like that, then what you could use is your what 3 words to tell emergency services where you are. Even in mass shootings in US schools, some people have used what 3 words to tell the emergency services exactly where they are and that they're in that location. So yes, it can be a bit obviously confusing, especially if you're in a building which is 7 or 8 floors or 20 floors and you've got more than one person living in that block. Yes, the address has to be a bit more precise, but you can say it's flat 6 at, if you go to these what 3 words address, it's flat 6 on the 7th floor. So they know if you go there, okay, it's in this building, perfect, this is where I want to be, flat 6, whatever floor. Perfect. But emergency services worldwide are using it a lot, and if you go to the what 3 words Instagram account, you can see how impactful it's been to emergency services and saving people's lives. Like that previous 999 call that you listened to, there's another one on there that you can watch about a guy who had a heart attack and their son called and they're in the middle of nowhere and they're using the what 3 words location and the emergency service to be able to find him and save his life. So it's amazing. So yes, it's helpful for emergency services, and if there's people that like to go camping and there's a certain camping spot you like to go to or a certain location, or you're telling people where to meet you on that camping site, you can use a what 3 words location to send it to them for them to find you as well. So that's great as well. So what about this technology and its innovation? Well, the algorithm used to assign words to locations is designed to be error tolerant. So similar word combinations are placed far apart to minimize confusion from typos or misheard words. So the app is available, as I said, on iOS, Android, and via a web interface. So you just have to make sure when you get your what 3 words, you communicate it clearly, because you might have employer, dogs, cats, but actually somebody might say, oh, employers, dogs, cats, and you go, no, employer, dogs, cats. And it will, because there's 3 different locations. Employer, if I'm right, employer, dogs, cats puts you in the middle of an ocean somewhere, and employers, dogs and cats sticks you just outside of China. So you've got to be very careful. But I'm obviously not in China. I'm in sunny London. Recording this for you, so you have to be very careful of those locations, but just make sure you pronounce those words. So what they try and do is make sure that those separate words are completely separated, so there's no confusion, and the emergency services are typing those in and they can see that location. So if it doesn't sound right, they'll ask you, or they'll try and pin it on a map and say, okay, is it near this place, is it near this, and you go yeah, and you go, right, okay, yeah, I've got your exact location, we're on our way. Yeah, perfect. So also there has been some criticisms around what 3 words as well, which was quite surprising, to be honest. I say surprising, I'm not surprised. Everyone wants to criticize everything. So I've recently watched some videos while doing my research on this, and people do criticize it to say that, look, yes, it's great, but it still needs to be advanced in developing regions and advanced address systems, and we can't just rely on just the 3 words. So I get it, there's lots of criticism around it, and making sure that you say the right words in the right locations, which is key for all of this. But also, everybody's going to criticize something, right? We all criticize. We wouldn't be human if we didn't criticize something. But there are criticisms and challenges, and I love it. There are some times where I just double check my location via the satellite, so you can go map view or satellite view, up to you what you want to use, and you can interchange it quite quickly in the app. But I did put one location once, and the satellite view was a bit different from the map view, so I emailed them and told them that, so I gave some feedback, but I was able to correct that quite quickly. So by the satellite view and just change it slightly, and it looked fine. So you can pick which style you want, map view or satellite view, but there's always going to be criticisms, always. So if you don't get criticised for using something, or you get criticised for creating something, then there we are. But I think many people say that it still needs to be developed even more, but from what it is now and how it's used now, it's a friggin' fantastic app and should be used by anybody. I know there's a lot of people I speak to that go waterboarding and hiking and running and all sorts of things, and if they're stuck or in trouble, they're trying to call someone to say where they are. But if you've got what3words, you can pinpoint your location. Even in the middle of the river, you can pinpoint your location, which helps out. If you're in the middle of the sea, you can pinpoint your location, so it helps. So look, the impact and the recognition from this is, so despite the criticisms that are out there, what3words has received several awards for its initiative approach to solving global addressing challenges. It's also had awards for its impact, particularly notable in developing countries and in Pacific sectors like logistics, disaster response and tourism. So what3words represents a novel approach to the global challenge, leveraging technology to enhance location precision, and is easily communicatable format. So its wide range of application across industries and its combination to solving critical problems in remote and poorly addressed regions highlights its importance and potential for the future. And I think that's what is key, is using that app. So look, I've given you a bit of an insight into it from a bit of research I've done, but how am I using it? Well, look guys, the way I use it is for different things. So as I say, I use it to keep track of certain locations I go to. So as I visit different hotels across the UK and now in the Netherlands, so I always remember where that hotel was. So I always save it. So when I'm in that location, I use the what3words to save it as a favourite. Now you can create different lists from favourites, and then you can create different lists. So I've got Dutch hotels, hotels that I visit. So it'll be like work hotels. It might be places that I want, places of interest that I have seen. It might be like photo locations where you can get the best location of a photo. So some of for example, here's an example. So I always talk about Brompton Cemetery because I go to Brompton Cemetery for a walk every weekend, and when I'm off I go for a walk around Brompton Cemetery because it kind of resets me. It's for my well-being, right? So there is, I don't know if you know this, but in Brompton Cemetery there is something called the London Time Machine. So it was built by this Duchess who had an absolute fascination with Egyptian history, time travel, all of that stuff. So she wanted a kind of mausoleum or a tomb built for her, and then this guy built it, and he was quite heavily into Egyptian mythology and everything else. So it's been built and it's known as the London Time Machine, and it's also known as the Tomb of Hannah Corfy, and I have to zoom in because Corfy. I'll put the link to it here. But using what3words, I'm able to locate exactly where it is. So if you ever open what3words and you want to go and visit the London Time Machine, then the word you're going to pop in is Clouds Hotel Scout. Clouds Hotel Scout. That will direct you to the exact location of where that tomb is, or where the London Time Machine is. Now, the guy that actually created the tomb for Hannah is actually buried not far from the tomb. And his tombstone, where you can go and see it and read a bit about him, and he's got Ra on his tombstone. Not the word Ra, but Ra, the Egyptian god. And his tombstone is located at Upper Slang Makes. Upper Slang Makes. If you pop that in, you'll be able to find him. So I'll pop these words into the bio, or I'll actually share the link to go and see them. But you'll actually see there that that's two great spaces where I've saved some information on there. So you think, okay, great, I know where those spaces are. If you want to go and see them, you can go and see them. But it helps me a lot, and especially when I am looking at the where I want to be and where I go, I can see everything. So for me, I love looking at all the different places that I've been and where I want to go. So it's great. Now, a lot of other people are using it to so like photographers are using it, for example. So photographers use it to pinpoint those amazing locations where they take those fantastic pictures and they share them with others, so that if you've had an amazing picture taken, you can then see where that exact location was, so you could go and take that picture yourself. So yeah, it's fantastic. But then you can, there's many things like this you can do as well. So there's things like you could find the what3words location for the exact place you met your partner, where they engaged you. Obviously they engaged you when you met your partner. Pete, what are you saying? But when you got engaged, or when they proposed to you, it could be the exact location of where your baby was born. It could be that first memory of something that you could pinpoint. And they do have a shop where you can create some really funky and nifty gifts, especially like at Christmas. We can have your location put into like a snow globe kind of thing, which is really cool. So there's all sorts of things, but there's lots of ways you can use it. So businesses, as I said, have used it for address location. So if you're a business and you want someone to find you and you're quite difficult to find as a business, you could use your what3words location. If you have a certain staff entrance that is hard to find, and trust me, at some hotels there are some dodgy staffed entrances you cannot find, so using what3words helps me to find them and remember where they are. I can use those what3words. I've seen it used for Easter egg hunts, where they provide different clues where Easter eggs could be, and they use all these different words for people to go and find them in those different locations, and they can pinpoint where all the eggs were basically. You can use it in treasure hunts and fun activities. You could do a team building exercise, and you could create different clues with the what3words embedded in them, for people to kind of get those words to head to the next point, to get the next clue, or the next task or challenge. So it's always good, or you say, right guys, so the challenge is you've got to get to these points and your overall goal is to get to this location, but how are you going to get there? Or it's like treasure hunt, or who remembers Annika Rice? Yeah. That I love that, the Annika Rice challenge. So you could say to the team, right, so I'm going to give you something. You need to figure out what the what3word location is, and that's where you're going to find me. And it's a bit of a team exercise because they're going to have to figure it out and how to get there and everything else. So it's kind of fun and cool, but you can use it for different things. As I say, you can use it to save those amazing locations. So if you go on holiday and you are in Palma, for example, and I love Playa de Palma or Menorca, and there's all these places you love, or you've seen, and you think, oh, I'd love to come here again, you can open up what3words and save them as holiday locations, or like places to revisit. You could even look via Google via the what3words online, the web version, and you can type in somewhere and have a look around that where you're going and pinpoint places where you want to visit or see, and then save them as in your what3words list for your holiday top spots to see. You can share your locations with anybody around the world. You can share them on Twitter, WhatsApp, Facebook. You can share the link, even if you create a link or create a favorite list of favorite places to visit in New York. You could share that list with other people that are going there. So like, so many people are saying to me, I want to go to Japan, and people are going, but actually, where are all these fun places they're seeing and doing? Is there anything that we can, like, people can go and see while they're there? create what 3 words. Share that list out. It's great. Like if you you'll see on their Instagram channel, people do these, my perfect day, and they give all these what 3 word locations to their perfect spots in London or Lisbon or Madrid or Paris or the Netherlands or Scotland or wherever, and it's always handy to watch. So it's interesting. So the point of doing this podcast, you're probably thinking, Pete, you've been talking about this what 3 words app. Yeah, it's great. Okay, we get it. We need to download it. But what I want to say is you can do so much with this app. So much using what 3 words for your business, for personal use, just for fun, keep the kids entertained. You can put words in or give them like certain spaces, like if you want to like reveal where they're going on holiday, you could say, right, put these words in. You could do the location of Heathrow, for example, and they go, but Mum, that's Heathrow. Right, once you get there, I'll tell you the next clue. So put those words in. Where does it take you? Or Heathrow. Right, I'm going to give you another set of words. Then it takes them to Orlando. But Mum, this says right. Okay. Are we going to America? Are we going to America? Okay. Where are we going? Oh, I'm not going to tell you. Put these words in now. They put the words in, puts them in Disneyland Paris or Disneyland Universal Studios, wherever it may be, and then they know where they're going. So you're like, that's where we're going. They're like, yay! I don't know, but you could do lots of things with it. You could use it for treasure hunts. You could use it for emergencies. So as I say, if you're in an emergency and you don't know where you are, you can use what 3 words, and you can share your location as well. So it's key to use that, because people are like, I don't know what lands, because people say, well, do you see any landmarks or any identified buildings where you are? And they're like, oh, I can't see anything, it's a white building, don't know where I am, I'm in an industrial estate, but where? You can use what 3 words. So I hope this episode is giving you a bit more insight into what 3 words and how you can use it, and from listening to that 999 call, actually how key it is for an emergency. So yes, because I know a lot of you that listen, and I know a lot of people that I speak to play sports. They go hiking, they go running, they go canoeing, they go paddleboarding. They're so active, more active than me, to be honest. So yeah, a little bit shameful, but never mind. But you're all very active, you all go everywhere, and also it's great for when you because I know so many people that have gone on holiday as well that have said, oh, you need to visit here, you need to visit there, and you're like, oh, okay, and you can never remember. Well, why not create your holiday list, as I said, and share it with your friends and family and with other people of great places to visit while they're in that location. And I'm just looking at my map now, and my map is so spread, it is unreal. I'm going to have to go back and look at some of my maps, because I'm thinking, okay, like I can even locate the what 3 words for my office. So if people are coming to me, I can say, okay, just put these words in, you will find us. So yes, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? But I've used this as well for meetups in parks, and I've used it for saying to a group that I go out for drinks with at work, this is where we're meeting, this is where here's the what's 3 words address, pop it in and you'll find me, I'll be there. So even if you're use for anything, take a look at it, use it, watch the videos, see how you can use it. You can do all sorts. So yeah, I would strongly recommend downloading this app, because it could be a game changer and a lifesaver at some points. And it's great for if you're going to pick up the kids as well, and the kids don't know where they are, and not a lot of kids will probably know where they are. And if they use the what 3 words location, you can find them quickly and easily. So it's great for adults, it's great for kids. So if you've got kids and they've got mobile phones, download this app on there, teach them how to use it. So get them to use it. Also, download it yourself, have it on your phone, use it when you can. As I say, yes, you could use Google and save that location as a favorite, but if you're in a certain spot, it's going to see the longitude and latitude of that place. But have you got time to read that out to somebody? I'm at 5.3128169 longitude and latitude is blah blah blah. No, it's too much. But if you say, yep, my what 3 words locations is monkey, chicken, dog, I don't know, then that's where you are. And just out of interest, I'm going to see if that actually works. Monkey, can't even spell, CHIC, chicken, dog, I don't even think it exists. Oh yeah, monkey, oh no. So monkey, chicken, dogs exists, and monkeys, chicken, dogs does exist. One is in Puerto Rico. So monkeys, chickens, dogs is in Puerto Rico. There we are. So yes, but I'm not in Puerto Rico. See, put that word in and it sends me all the way out to Puerto Rico. And there we are. So that's an interesting location I've just found. Yep, so there we are, out in Puerto Rico. I could be there. So anyway, listen, as I say, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do download the app. As I say, I'm not getting any commission. I'm not getting any incentive. I'm getting nothing from this. So this is just me saying, guys, as an individual, as a human being, yes, a human being, as a business, as an whatever, just use this. Use it for work. Make it fun sometimes at work. You can create fun days out using it. Treasure maps, Easter hunts, treasure hunts with the kids. Save your favorite photo locations. Save the favorite spaces you visited on your holiday there that you want to go back and see again. Share it with friends where you think they might find of interest. You know, pinpoint all your favorite locations in your city where you love to visit and go and see and do. Pinpoint some of those locations which are difficult to get to for work, especially the right staff entrance. Yeah, look, you can use it for anything. Go and have a look. You can go over to what3words.com. Go in, it'll probably open them up first of all, but then you can go to the 3 lines and then go down to about, and then it's got loads of information about what 3 words for businesses. Also, if you're developers, what you can go in there. As I say, it's got so many different things. And it's an ever-growing app. So, yeah, get it, use it, enjoy it. I hope that you enjoy using it as much as I do. But yeah, it's something new to try, right? So go and enjoy it. Go and enjoy it, and see where it leads you, and see what fun words, see where you live, and what 3 words address is for you at home. I'm not going to tell you mine, because then I know you'll all be around here for a cup of tea, and no, visits only. So again, guys, thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I'm not going to rattle on any more about this app, but go and listen to it. Go and download it, have a look at it, use it. You will probably find that you will use it quite a bit. If you're a business, or while you're not using it, you can contact them to get your systems integrated for whatever reason. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Also, taxis and ride hires can use it as well. So, you know, if you're a taxi company, you want that more precise location, you can do it. Recovery and emergency services are there. Logistics is there as well for different organisations, from, as I say, from DHL, Hermes, DPD, Yodel, all sorts are using it right now. And then obviously you've then got the option for e-commerce. If you have your own little business and you need to pick up packages or send packages, then you know what, and even like Shopify is on there, for example. Wix websites are on there. There's all sorts. You can integrate that as well. So, and you can integrate it to your checkout, so they can put the what 3 words, so at least they're going to get their package on time. And then if you're a big event or anything like that, then yes, you could use it for events and things. So it's there's so much potential with this app, and I don't know why people are not talking about it enough, because I love it. So yes, use it, enjoy it. Use it with your friends this summer if you're out and about. As I say, you can share that location via Citymapper, Google Maps, via them just popping it into the What 3 Words app themselves. Say, app is free. Download it. So yeah, guys, thank you for listening to this episode, and a bit different, talk about an app for a change. And I will probably do another one, because there is another app that I think is really fundamental for safety, that I have downloaded on my phone as well. And I will share with you in another episode probably. But guys, thank you for listening to this week's episode. A bit of a different episode, obviously, because we're talking about a app instead. So I hope I haven't bored you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Remember, you can go back and listen to previous episodes of Say As It Is with Pete via rss.com, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcast series from. Again, thank you for listening. Enjoy your week. I hope you found this informative. If you have any comments, then please pop them, please reach out to me. But also remember to share this episode with anyone that you may think may need it. But in the bio, you will see a link to What 3 Words. You'll also see those What 3 Word locations for the London Time Machine. And yes, share with us some of your What 3 Words amazing locations, or spaces you think are the best places to go and visit and see. So until next week, guys, have a fantastic week, and I shall speak to you soon.